Everybody, shit, I'm going back old school. See if they'll let this video flow through. I ain't never talked like this on when I used to upload videos. It was just on some more random shit. But I think we was talking about some Masonic Bibles. I was able to have a picture sent over to me the other day that I posted. Sorry, I'm dealing with a person who's got an old ass phone too. I'm gonna take a picture of it next time I see it. I'm gonna hopefully go over and see it this weekend, maybe. Um, but yeah, I was talking about all the, I guess you would say irregular shit that would be in your standard Bible, King James Bible, and whatnot, and how advanced their Bible always has and always will be compared to the masses. Ironic? No. Um, Planned? Definitely. You know, because these are the keepers of the knowledge for the reason. They are also the deceivers of the knowledge for a reason. Um, because the reality is it isn't about fear. I guess it'd be about the fear factor, about how much they can keep your mind off of how humble and how easy and how positive life can truly be. But when you keep the masses' mind state at a level of terrorism, cataclysms, um, epidemics, whatnot, you name it, whatever they feed you, um, and you eat it and regurgitate that shit back out to society, it all ends up negative. We all think negative and react negative towards each other because of the mindset that we have been brainwashed into thinking. Um, the way we think, that is. Um, this isn't nothing new under the sun. Our rulers have always known if you can control the masses and their thoughts and their thought patterns, well, then you can control the outcome to about anything and everything. Even the botched shit, even the shit they fuck up on, they write about that throughout history and they spin it, They're the king of the spin doctors, the original reporters, journalists, beyond the Bible. You know what I'm saying? That is just like that's their main go-to when it comes to grabbing them up. But on that Masonic shit is totally different. They teach you through those two books that who you're really praying to or who they want you to pray to, because I'm not telling you in no way, shape, fashion, or form what or who to believe into, but I'm telling you that those books that you read um, are set up for a purpose, are set up for the proper energy, negative energy. See, because negative can be positive too. If you're sending a negative vibe out with a positive overtone, and you can get the masses or the people to buy into that and give glory to that, then that just makes that message that much more powerful, even though it's deviant. You understand? Even though the masses thinks it's instrumental in all reality to the the atmosphere and society, it's detrimental. So beware, because you don't understand, the situation and the manipulation that's being played upon you and your family. And everybody else you don't know, that goes with the flow, that chooses not to paddle upriver. They choose just to go downriver with everybody else. You know, think outside the box. Don't be boxed in. You know, remember, you and me and the devil makes three. The devil always works in threes. You know that's always a good hint of what you're dealing with. Whenever you're dealing with holy trinities, you're dealing with satanic shit, because there's only one Most High, right? There isn't Adam, Eve, and the snake. You know what I'm saying? There isn't all these different trinities they feed you throughout these books and these stories, and also the messages and the sermons that they throw upon the masses. Pay attention how many times um, they'll tell three various stories and then ask for an amen and start telling you about donations, and you get a commercial full of, pledge this and pledge that. And the devil always works in three. He always shows everything. So be very careful and be very vigilant of what you are letting into your brain, because even though you don't think it affects you, it affects you. It's set there and marinates inside your head. And then the more you see it, that's why you see so many infomercials, commercials, and you see so many replays and so many reruns of everything, is because they're trying to implant and instill a certain mind frame. And they've got a mind frame for us all. See, black television and white television, there is no difference. The messages are all the same. They're just said in different lingo. The things that the Spaniards are taught is no different. All the masses are taught the same thing, just in a different lingo. They're all taught to fear and obey. It's just not America. America is just this brand new experiment, a couple 100-year-old experiment that has been forecasted onto the rest of humanity. That we are the project. Like they like to call the places where the poor people used to stay at the projects and shit, and some of them still do. That's what America is. America is nothing but a big old project on how to make the world function as a whole. We are a corporation. We are not a country. We are definitely not a democracy. We're being dictated and being fooled into thinking that we have something to say, something important to be heard. Bullshit. You're just here for the muscle and the physicality of being an American. Nobody wants you to think. You know, look at your news. Look at your nightly news. If any one of those chosen few or many would actually choose to really speak out what's really going on and the things they're reporting, you wouldn't see them the next night. They would be terminated, pinch and gone. No Rolex. You're fucking out the door, you piece of shit, crazy motherfucker. Because that's the way they do. Anybody that chooses to change up the game up a little bit and make you think outside the box. All your popular music, as far back as you can think, no originality, same messages forecasted just in a different tone, and the wording is different, but the message is still the same. Turn on your radio. I don't give a fuck what you listen to. Turn on your radio and pay attention how many times you hear sun, not in the same song, but in every song you hear about the sun. And for you people who listen to hip hop, pay attention to when they're saying sun and what they're actually meaning. Don't be confused. You know what I'm saying? The dark side is the king of manipulating words, and words having multiple meanings. So you have to have multiple overstanding and understanding of what they're trying to penetrate through your skull. You know, don't take everything for one meaning. There's when you listen to something, watch something, or read something, and you go, I would have did this like this, or if I would have wrote that out of, there's a reason for that, because that writer went through the same thing. You know, they chose different variations until it seemed plausible and sellable to the masses, because in the end, that's what it's all about, selling you the same dream over and over, which is basically Deception 101. Um, and nobody catches on. They just go fetch the bone like the doggy is supposed to do, you know. And then they bring it back to their puppies and they show their puppies how to go fetch bones. They don't show their puppies how to go fend for themselves, go think for themselves. Don't go fetch the bone, go find the leg that bone came from, you know. Same with knowledge, you know. Don't take a bone. Take that bone, don't take that bone and run with it. Take that bone, smell it, figure it out, and track the source down. Track down where the fuck this bone came from, because this is mighty delicious, and I wonder what it was wrapped around. You know, I wonder what it was really about. That's what you should be on. That's what you should think on every day, on a daily basis. Never give up. You know what I'm saying? Because I always tell you the truth will seek you out if you seek the truth out. It'll find you in one way, shape, fashion, or form. It shall find you, you know, or you will find it. You just have to keep seeking, keep learning, keep turning and burning. Um, and I was speaking about the Masonic Bible earlier. I forgot to tell you there's a port. They got a whole one page with a photograph of Albert Pike. You know, the godfather of this Illuminati New Order movement. He's also in this Holy Bible. Um, a lot of pictorials and things of Solomon and Masonic type symbology and whatnot, along with your New and Old Testament. Um, Funny how the world turns and how they change up the game on you if you don't pay attention. You know, you got to get this shit together. Get your head together. More importantly, stay out of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to who your real rivals are. Because they'll fuck you up in a minute, mentally, physically, and even the children. You know, they've got a plan for all the children too. You know, they're going to eat them up with the cartoons, and they're going to make you think it's safe to let your television babysit your child while you got to do what you got to do. Cook frozen dinners and things that will destroy their growth and their mental abilities and yours also. Um, Stay the fuck away from fluoride. That shit goes straight to the blood system. Stay away from that shit, man. Find other means of keeping yourself and your hygiene together besides things they feed you. They're destroying you, you know, they're killing you. And this heroin, man made. God didn't make that. That's a man made devilistic thing. So, and remember, the devil works in threes. Everything that you can think of that they try to teach upon you that is worth any value, and if it adds up to three, know where it comes from. Know that this person who is teaching you either is not in the know, just doesn't know, or is totally just brain fucking you. 100. Uh, be careful. Be careful. Be careful. Because if you can break through the religious aspect of this matrix, then everything else starts becoming a lot easier. And they know this. They know if you can get people to get spiritual instead of religious, that that pineal gland, true light starts getting back into that. And imagination stops and real thinking begins. You know, this puppet fucking Disneyland Nickelodeon Saturday morning cartoon bullshit that everybody believes in. They just got the grown folks. All this Hollywood shit you see that you call movies is nothing more than grown folks cartoons. All of it. Be visual of what you clutter your brain with. Be very vigilant because you pass that down to your children. Be vigilant of what you put into your body because that's what you teach your children to eat. Be resourceful with your time. If you can't think about it, talk about it. If you can't research on it, debate with somebody. Everything doesn't have to be negative. Everything can be totally positive. And you can also, being a student myself and a lifelong student, of a learner of knowledge and light, wisdom, and truth, more than anything, you can learn sometimes from the blind. Sometimes the blind have knowledge and don't even realize that they just passed it to you. And even if you told them, they wouldn't understand it because they still take it for face value and wherever they got it from, most of the time out of a church or a synagogue or whatnot, because I have friends in all different religious factors. It isn't an issue to me because in the end, everybody is blind. It's just, how fucked up in the matrix are you? And remember, everybody is an agent. Everybody is an agent. Unless you can wake them up, they're an agent. They're a snitch. They you know what I'm saying? They're gonna play you out the box. So, be vigilant on who you choose to really get intimately in a conversation with, because what I say publicly isn't truly intimate. It's just shedding light. Speaking with me one-on-one and me really dropping knowledge on you and hitting you in the head with some real shit is another thing. I don't do that with a lot of people because even the good book says not to. It says only speak to the ones that want to be spoken to. Don't speak to everybody. Everybody don't want to hear it. Everybody don't want to be woke up. But for the ones that do want to be woke up, and as a speaker and as a teacher to some extent, you see right away the ones that want to be woke up and the ones that get bored with it real quick. So a true teacher understands. A true teacher will also not shut that individual out. A true teacher will maybe go, well, next time we'll do it a little shorter and, whatnot. But a true teacher and a true student of this knowledge shit will give everybody the ample opportunity to be able to wake up, or if not, leave away with a different view of how the world and this life, this thing that we call life, really works. But the trick is to understand what things are and what things mean, and how much none of us have no fucking clue. Caught up in football, baseball, church, TV, anything to deceive you from thinking about you and what you need to be thinking about. And that's the Most High. How to be closer to the Most High. When I say the Most High, when I say when you understand how to be close to you, when you understand you, mind, body, and soul, then you already know the Most High. So that's the level I'm trying to obtain. And along the way, I'll try to grab a few and teach a few, and maybe they'll learn me a couple things. I love you all. Everybody have a righteous day. Be loyal to the ones that want to be loyal to you. Be as truthful as you can be. Because in this wicked world, sometimes you gotta lie to the ones that's lying back at you or lying to you dead in your face. Sometimes you gotta be untruthful just to alleviate your present situation. So, what is a sin? That's some man-made bullshit. What is life? Life is about survival. Life is about learn how to be positive while surviving, you know. So I guess what one would call a lie, another may call survival. Now, if you're blatantly robbing people and ripping people off, well, that's different. You know, if you're saying vengeful shit, if you're saying things to get your way, uh, well, that's a lie. You know, if you're maybe saying something to get by to eat on or whatnot, hey, you got to do what you got to do to eat. Um, I don't know. It depends on what you would call a lie. My version of lie isn't broad. You know, it's very it's very thin. You know, it's a very thin line, like thin red line between a blatant lie and I just had to say this type shit because a lot of people tend to fall on the I just had to say this type shit instead of you know being sometimes somebody hearing the end result of a lie, future on going, yeah, I had to say this, but that was for this reason. Motherfuckers, are 100 with that. But you hear some other shit on down the line about how you this and that and the third, and you know how not to deal with that individual in a future situation. But stay true to you. Teach truth to the youth. Be fair to the squares. Give everybody an opportunity. Belittle nobody. Uplift the unliftable. Um, but first and foremost, understand that no matter how negative any individual in this world is, it isn't them that is truly negative. It's the environment, society, and the things that's being pushed in their mind, body, and soul that is being broadcasted about, like, back out to us that's in the know and like that have been awakened. We understand that what we see is not what it is. It just happens to be the conditions rendering. So that's why I say never hate, always love, because in the end, everybody's blind. Some of us, our vision is just getting a little better, and maybe as a whole, one day, all of our vision will be a little better, and we could all speak on like really lively shit, like shit that's worthy of conversation instead of fucking, the same old song and dance, TV, whatever the fuck, radio, this, that, real down to earth talk about real life shit, you know. The deception is amongst you. It doesn't matter whether you go to church, whether you study science, whether you're a politician, whether you're a fucking nobody doing nothing. You're being affected by this society and the mind frame and the mindset that they have got this modern culture in. Even if you say you're not, there's your first lie if you tell me you're not a liar, because you're not awake to the fact that we're all born to lie. When they tell you you're a born sinner, you're not. But they're going to teach you how to sin real quick. They're going to teach you how to lie real quick. They're going to teach you how to dream even faster. They're not going to teach you how to set goals, though, and how to live your life righteously. Not even the cartoons. Real talk. One thug, one love. Keep it real with you. Keep it solid with you. Do the best you can, but do it every day. Be the best you can be, but be it every day.